Hello and good afternoon. As you can see, it's afternoon. If you can't see, let's switch it around so you can see the darkness. That's still my face. Oh well, whatever. Good afternoon. Thank you for watching this. I want to talk about something that I kind of did not want to talk about, but for my own sanity's sake, I'm going to. And disclaimer, if for some reason you know whom I'm talking about, do not confront them, so to speak. Don't make them, just don't bother them. This is not necessarily something that they should be bothered with. It's kind of between the both of us, so I'm not going to give any identifying details. Given that this person probably will not be super happy that I'm posting this. However, I've reached the end of my being able to handle this sort of situation on my own. I know a lot of people that care about me might watch this and think, why are you filming that? I thought that you were good. And, oh geez. For the most part, I am. I'm not necessarily, great about it. It's not something I'm super fantastically happy about. And it's not something that I want to dwell on, but it is something that I'm having a hard time getting through, and the best way that I can think to do that is to just put it out there and put my thoughts out there. So I am actually waiting to go into the gym, and I'm waiting for my pre to kick. So if I start getting jittery, that is why, my friends. Anyway, out of respect for the person, like I said, I'm not going to give any identifying details. However, I have a problem with when my friends get into relationships that I do not necessarily believe are awesome. I give them my opinion. Now, I understand that's a problem, because even though I'm coming at them from a place of love, it may not always seem that way, because I'm very outspoken. You may not know that if you don't know me very well, but I am very outspoken. I have no problem saying what's on my mind, and I, quite frankly, just don't care sometimes, and I should. I'm not one of those people that thinks before I talk a lot. So whenever I see something that is unsavory in my opinion, or whatever reason, I will say something. And sometimes I say something without fault. And that's one of these situations. I've been in these situations before, but never to this extent, and I'm not quite sure what I've did. I'm not quite sure how to resolve it. I've talked to many people about it. I've been praying about it for a couple months. I have done my best to stay on my own lane and not worry about it, and that's what I'm going to continue to try to do. But to be quite frank with you, whomever is watching this, whether you be the person who I'm having this discrepancy with, or someone that doesn't know me or the situation at all, it's not something that I can go on quietly with. I am somebody who, I'm going to give you all or nothing. If you're my friend, my coworker, whatever it is, I'm an all or nothing kind of person. You're either going to get the best that I have to offer or nothing at all. And that is a positive and negative trait. Sometimes it's not great. I'm sorry I keep saying I'm just trying not to say the things that I shouldn't say. So all that being said, this person is someone who that has molded me quite significantly as a person, just because of them being in my life. I went through a lot of stuff that I've shared and have not shared via the video, YouTube, Facebook, whatever you want to call it. And this is someone who helped me through that. This is someone whom I would consider kind of a pillar of strength for me for a long time. So when you lose a pillar, it's extremely difficult. It's not something that's easily taken. It's not something that, if you genuinely love and care about somebody, you can do so easily. And not only that, but it feels as though I'm losing much more than this person. It feels as though I'm losing, their family, people that are connected to us, and whatnot. And I'm not going to share the story, all, like my side of the story. My side of the story is to say, I said something I shouldn't have said. I did something I shouldn't have did. I have not had an opportunity to apologize for this, aside from just simply like, hey, I was an a-hole, but the logistics of what occurred wasn't something that I could talk about with this person, because this person has decided to completely ice me out of their life. And I know that if I told you my side of the story, likely, probably half would fall on my end, half would fall on the other, or because I'm telling a story, probably you'd agree with me. But I'm not going to do that. Let's just assume for this video that I'm completely guilty of every single thing and this person's done nothing wrong. But I still think that if that assumption is true, that I deserve to be able to apologize to them, that I deserve to be able to know what exactly I did to end this friendship, what exactly I did to cause this person to have such distaste for me. And I believe this person's assuming I should know, and I just don't, other than the fact that I said something I shouldn't have said. But let's just be quite frank. How many of you have said something you shouldn't have said, and likely the person gave you some time alone, and then you resolved it? And that's entirely what I expected to do. I did not go into saying what I did, or didn't go into saying what I said or did what I did with the intention of completely blowing up a friendship. However, I did know that it would be detrimental because of the conversation that was had. And it's something that, for a while, I have needed to have change. And it's also something that, to this day, is still an issue in my marriage because of this person. Perhaps I'm saying too much, perhaps I'm not. I don't necessarily know if this is going to make any difference in the situation, but what I want to say is this is not necessarily a friendship that I want to lose. It is, at the time I said that is what I wanted, and if that's what ends up happening, then I have to be okay with that. I'm an adult. I'm not going to cry and kick and scream and whine and say, you gotta be my friend, because we're not children, things happen. However, this is something that I did believe could be overcome. This is something that, on their end, has happened multiple times, and I have forgiven. However, we're two different individuals. But what I want to stress is just the fact that I believe there should be some clarity here. I believe that there should be at least one conversation, so both parties are privy to what occurred. I'm quite frankly in the dark at this point, and perhaps after posting this I still might be. I don't entirely know if I'm going to post this. I could be talking to my phone for no apparent reason. But what I would like to say is I do feel sort of lonely, and I think that that's most important for me to say out loud, because regardless, this isn't necessarily the person's obligation, but whenever you agree to be somebody's friend, you agree to take a piece of that loneliness and alleviate it. And so whenever someone takes a bunch of the lonely, or a bunch of, I guess, equity in your life and just returns it to you, it's quite hard to deal with. It's quite hard to put all your chips in one basket, so to speak, and have those chips returned. I know I don't really know what to say, other than I would really appreciate some prayer, some love, and just some, I guess, humbleness on my end, and as far as I go, just some sort of resolution for myself regardless of what occurs. That is all I really have to say about it. But I thank you for watching this video, and I appreciate it. And if you have something that you need prayer for, feel free to reach out to somebody and let them know, or pray for yourself. Talk to Jesus yourself, or let me know if you don't have anyone else that can talk to you. Thank you for watching this video.